Well, Josh, what were just kind of some of your takeaways from the game today?
Well, it's great to get back on the field. It's been an eternity, feels like anyway, since we've been on this field, and it was great to get home, get back on the field. Turned out to be a beautiful day, and I want to thank our grounds crew who spent 4 days breaking up snow and ice in order to allow today to happen. There was a tarp on the field for 8 straight days, and yesterday we were just waiting to make sure there's still grass alive underneath it. So appreciate those guys' effort to work so hard so we could play today. We needed to play, and then the game itself, get a solid 5-inning start. Got a couple different guys in the mound, which was good, and lots of good 2-strike, 2-out hitting, lots of extra base hits, lots of guys hitting the ball hard, and that was a good formula for a win today.
What did you like about what Harrison did today, particularly getting past that second inning when he had a little bit of a hiccup?
I think Harrison's one of those guys that's going to get better and better as he goes. He's a very skilled kid. He's a rhythm pitcher. He has a good mix of pitches. That changeup is a real weapon. His slider was good today, and just getting all those moving parts. When you get tall, 6'5"-ish type players, whether it's somebody trying to time a fastball to hit it or a pitcher, they're getting themselves dialed in and getting the release points and timing down. And back-to-back outings where he's pitched well and pitched us into the 6th inning with both of our wins. So there's a lot of stability in what he's doing, and then there's room for improvement, which is great. He'll keep chasing that.
19 runs in 5 innings, I think it was. Just what did you like about the offensive approach from your guys today?
I liked lots of 2-out hits. I liked there was a lot of 2-strike hits. Put the ball in play better. Still room to grow, but we put the ball in play better. We took some walks. We hit the ball the opposite field better. Actually hit the ball the opposite field exceptionally well. Top of my head, I think at least 6 or 7 balls. Then went to the off gap for doubles. Like what Garrett Shull brought to the lineup down there. Thought he was good. Obviously Brookie had a pretty well-rounded day. Balls hit hard to all fields. Nolan moving in the right direction. Same with Aiden. I like just a number of guys. I thought the quality of their bats was better today than the first weekend, the first set of 4 games.
Josh, from your perspective, what's allowed you guys to be so effective in that area of 2-strike, 2-out hitting?
Well, we have to work at it. We have to make it a priority, which we have the last 4 or 5 days. Players just have to believe in themselves. Those counts require a lot of confidence. Being willing to cut down on the amount of energy you're putting into your swing so that you don't rotate away from the ball. Most of the pitches in those counts are, the score's usually settled somewhere on the outer edge of the plate. So the ability to stay on the ball's a super important part of hitting some of those 2-strike pitches and hitting them with some authority. We have some physical kids, they're strong. So if they'll trust their strength and stay inside the ball, they have enough strength to be able to bring the ball farther back in the hitting zone and still hit it hard. So that's, I think all those things are part of the formula of how you get to that point. One of those things where as the season goes and as the information accumulates about who we're facing on the mound and what they like to throw in those counts, and as the opponent studies us and they figure out what we're trying to do in those counts, the battle becomes usually those are really good battles, and so we just have to trust ourselves to get to those battles. I thought Nolan in particular today, when he hit his ball to left, that was a great piece of hitting, and Colin did it multiple times, at least 2 or 3 different times today off the top of my head. And that's a big part of his growth as a player. We talked to him about that, but those are big swings. You put the ball in play with 2 strikes, especially when it creates multiple runs.
What do you like about Braden in the leadoff spot, and is the pop that he showed on that homer today something that you expect from him, or was that maybe?
I've batted him either 1 or 9, just as kind of a way to either get us going or a way to connect us to the top. He's an instigator. He kind of has a little fire starter about him. we've seen that before, him hitting a ball like that to right field. He's done that a handful of times in inter-squad games. That wasn't the first look at that. Don't think that's who he is. He just can do that. I think who he is, a guy that needs to be difficult to strike out, get on base at a high clip, use all fields, be able to bunt and run when needed, which he did today. Just be a good, well-rounded baseball player. That's who Braden is, a good baseball player. And so I think today you saw a homer, you saw a single, you saw, I believe, a sac bunt. He got a bunt down, didn't he? Yep. Got a sacrifice bunt down. So just, different ways to help us try to win the game. And he's a versatile athlete, play in the outfield, play a little bit on the infield. Yeah, he's part of our team. He's got a good, well-roundedness to him, and hard worker, team-oriented player.
How's the team? Just the first 4 games, but I imagine Arlington didn't go how you guys wanted it to. But how have you seen the team respond since getting back and going through this?
Yeah, when you get a chance to go away like we did, we left last Wednesday, drove down, practiced indoors, which was huge because we couldn't get on the field out here for the 2 days previously because of the temperature. So we had almost a full week together on the road, and we were taking on 4 different opponents over 4 games, which is a tremendous challenge. A lot of preparation goes into that. All the opponents were good opponents, and the setting was a great setting for us to go and grow, and we did that. We may not like the final result, but a lot of good things occurred, and these kids are they're confident, and we like each other. We'll keep plugging away at it. I would say we learned a ton about our team in a very short period of time, and with that, we knew exactly what to go to work on, where we need to improve, and we've worked diligently at it since we got home. Yeah, so just a lot of inside time, a lot of, since we got back, a lot of time to reflect on the games and get to work on some things we need to get better at.
The safety base, the double base at first, is that you guys' option, or is that going to be a Big 12 thing? Or what's the?
I want to say we voted to adopt it as a conference because it's our belief, or we've led to believe it's going to become an NCAA postseason rule. So we want to play with rules that we anticipate being part of the postseason. So yeah, don't quote me on that. I believe that's the case. I know that's why we chose to vote it in as a conference. Was we're expecting to use it in the postseason. We want to be aware of it so we know how to use it.
You have a feeling on it either way?
Yes. If it can save, if it prevents injury, and it prevents that silly play where the runner's running straight down the line and he's called out for runner's interference when really he's running where he's supposed to run, and it cleans some of those plays up. I don't know that those have ever been great plays for baseball anyway, so I don't know. I don't think we removed anything from the game that anyone said, oh gosh, don't touch that rule, right? I think there's some other things we should have done a better job protecting. That's not a particular one where I think there's a true passion for that play. I just leave it at that.
Josh, you talked about what you like about what Garrett can bring to the line for you guys. What do you see in him as a freshman, and what can he do for you guys this year?
Well, I love the way he concentrates. I think he's a really hard worker. He's very intentional, so everything he works on, he does it with a lot of purpose. He's very smart. He's paying close attention at all times. He seeks to learn and make adjustments. So I like all those intangible qualities that he's shown since he got here in the summer. He's a tremendous teammate. He's a very team-oriented kid, which was always a huge thing with me. I think those guys have karma, and I think when they get in the lineup, the game comes back to them. So I just like a lot about who he is. Physically, that's a strong guy. If you picked up on that liner, he hit the left center field gap with 2 strikes. That's an advanced piece of hitting, and he's athletic. He was such a good athlete growing up. He played a lot of middle infield, and then as he got so big and strong, maybe a little bit of corner infield, and then he learned the outfield as a junior and senior. So he's still becoming a polished defender at all the different positions that he's had a chance to play, but he's going to get chances to help us in the outfield, and he's got the ability, flexibility to help us in some places on the infield. But I just like everything about him. He's a wonderful kid. There's a lot about him that is worth learning about. He's a great person.